I arrived at my father's house at 2 o'clock, exactly when he asked me to come for Emma's first birthday party. Emma was strapped in her car seat, wearing the little white dress I'd spent 3 weeks making, hand-sewn lace at the collar, tiny pearl buttons down the back, soft cotton that wouldn't irritate her skin. I'd worked on it every night after she went to sleep, wanting her first birthday photos to be perfect. My father opened the door, his smile bright but strained. "Jenna, right on time. Come in, come in." His wife, Diane, stood in the hallway, her 2 children behind her. Marcus was 6, Bella was 4, both wearing expensive outfits that probably cost more than my monthly grocery budget. "Oh," Diane said when she saw Emma's dress. Her voice went cold. "That's quite elaborate." "I made it myself," I said, unbuckling Emma from her seat. "Took forever, but I wanted it to be special for her first birthday." Diane's lips pressed into a thin line. "Well, the party's in the backyard. We've got everything set up." The backyard was decorated beautifully, balloons, a dessert table, a small bounce house for the older kids, but something felt off. The decorations were minimal compared to the elaborate princess party Diane had thrown for Bella's 4th birthday last month. That one had cost thousands. A professional photographer, a real princess character performer, custom desserts, and party favors that cost $30 each. This looked like an afterthought, basic grocery store balloons, a sheet cake instead of the custom 3-tier creation Bella had gotten. No photographer, no entertainment, no carefully curated, Instagram-worthy backdrop. "Where should I put Emma's gifts?" I asked, holding the bag of presents I brought. "Just set them anywhere." Diane waved dismissively toward a folding table in the corner. She was busy arranging the dessert table, making sure everything looked perfect for photos. I noticed her phone propped up on a tripod, ready to capture content for her mommy blog. She had 40,000 followers who thought she was an amazing stepmother, posting carefully filtered photos with captions about blending families and loving all children equally. My father's parents arrived next. Grandma Betty immediately reached for Emma. "Let me see the birthday girl." "Oh, Jenna, that dress is beautiful. Did you make that?" "She did," Diane answered before I could. "Quite the project, apparently. Must be nice to have so much free time." I worked 50 hours a week as a dental hygienist while raising Emma alone. Free time was not something I had. More guests arrived. Diane's friends, my father's colleagues, some neighbors. People I mostly didn't know. This was supposed to be Emma's party, but it felt like Diane's social event. Emma needed a diaper change. I took her inside and found the nursery they'd set up for when the kids visited. When I came back downstairs, I heard voices in the kitchen. "Did you see that dress Jenna put on the baby?" Diane's voice was loud enough to carry. "So over the top. She's trying to show off. Make my kids look bad." "It's just a dress," my father said quietly. "It's not just a dress. It's her constantly trying to compete with us. Her daughter gets nice things while she's struggling to pay rent. Where are her priorities?" I stood in the doorway, Emma on my hip, waiting to see if my father would defend me. He didn't. I walked back outside, my face burning. This was the pattern. Diane said cruel things, my father stayed silent, and I was expected to pretend everything was fine. The party continued. We sang happy birthday. Emma smashed her cake, getting it all over her beautiful dress. I didn't care. That's what first birthdays were for. "Bath time," Diane announced. "Can't have her staying in those dirty clothes. Let's get her cleaned up." She took Emma before I could respond, heading inside. I followed, uneasy about leaving my daughter alone with someone who clearly resented her existence. In the bathroom, Diane stripped off Emma's dress and started the bath. I helped wash Emma, keeping the interaction minimal. When we were done, I reached for the dress to rinse it out. Diane grabbed it first. "This is ruined. Cake everywhere. Probably can't even be saved." "It's fine. I'll wash it at home." "No, it's trash." She walked out of the bathroom, carrying the dress. I dried Emma quickly, wrapped her in a towel, and followed. Diane was in the backyard, near the fire pit my father had built last summer. My father stood nearby, talking to some guests. Diane threw the dress into the fire pit and lit a match. "What are you doing?" I rushed forward, but the dress was already catching fire. "Getting rid of garbage." Diane watched the flames consume 3 weeks of my work. "Only my kids deserve nice things. Your daughter doesn't need fancy dresses she'll destroy in 5 minutes." My father stood there, holding his beer, saying nothing. I pulled my phone from my pocket and started recording. My hands were shaking, but I kept the camera steady, catching Diane's satisfied expression, my father's silence, and the dress burning in the fire. "Did you seriously just burn my daughter's birthday dress?" I asked, keeping my voice level for the recording. "I told you, it was ruined. No point keeping it. That took me 3 weeks to make. Then maybe spend your time on something more practical." Diane smiled at the guests who were starting to notice the scene. "Jen is just upset. You know how first-time mothers are, so dramatic about everything." I stopped recording, 63 seconds of clear evidence. Emma started crying in my arms, cold and wanting her clothes. I went inside, dressed her in the backup outfit I'd brought, packed our things, and left without saying goodbye. At home, I watched the video 3 times. Diane's voice was crystal clear. "Only my kids deserve nice things." My father was visible in the frame, watching and doing nothing. The dress burning, Emma crying. I dealt with Diane's cruelty for 3 years, since my father married her 6 months after my mother's death. The favoritism, the passive-aggressive comments, the way she treated Emma like an inconvenience. My father always made excuses. "She's adjusting. Give her time. You're being too sensitive." I opened my laptop and started typing. The caption took an hour to write. I explained everything. The pattern of favoritism, Emma being excluded while Diane's children got everything, today's incident being the final straw. I kept it factual, included context, and uploaded the video to TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. My father's wife burned my 1-year-old daughter's birthday dress because only her kids deserve nice things. My father watched and said nothing. This is what emotional abuse looks like. I hit post and put my phone away. Emma needed to be fed, bathed properly, and put to bed. Whatever happened with the video didn't matter. I documented the truth. That had to be enough. The next morning, my phone was exploding. The video had 10,000 views on TikTok, 5,000 on Facebook, and 3,000 on Instagram. The comments were flooding in, hundreds of them, all expressing outrage. "This is disgusting favoritism. That poor baby. What kind of stepmother does this? The father is worse for standing there doing nothing. Someone call CPS." By noon, it had 50,000 views. A local parenting blogger with 200,000 followers had shared it. "This breaks my heart. The cruelty is unbelievable." By evening, it hit 500,000 views. My father called. I didn't answer. Diane called from my father's phone. I didn't answer. A reporter from our local news station sent me a message. "Would you be willing to discuss this incident on camera?" I ignored it all. Emma needed normalcy, not more chaos. The video kept spreading, accelerating beyond anything I could have imagined. 1 million views, 2 million, 5 million. The algorithm had picked it up, pushing it to people's feeds across the country. News articles started appearing in local papers, then regional outlets, then national publications. Viral video shows stepmother's cruelty towards stepdaughter's baby. Father's silent complicity sparks outrage. Birthday dress burning incident exposes family favoritism. Major parenting websites featured it. Morning talk shows discussed it. Psychology Today ran an analysis piece on favoritism in blended families, using the video as a case study. Parenting experts were interviewed on television. Child psychologists weighed in on the emotional abuse visible in the video. Therapists discussed the long-term impact of witnessed favoritism on children. Comment sections across platforms debated whether this warranted CPS involvement, whether the internet mob had gone too far, and whether public shaming was justified. 10 million views. People started recognizing my father and Diane in public. Someone posted a photo of them at the grocery store with the caption, "Birthday dress burners spotted." Their local Facebook community group erupted with discussions about whether they should be allowed at neighborhood events. My father showed up at my apartment on day 3, looking like he hadn't slept. Dark circles under his eyes, his shirt wrinkled, his usual composure completely shattered. I let him in because I needed to say everything to his face, everything I'd been holding back for 3 years. "You need to take the video down," he said immediately, his voice hoarse. Diane's getting death threats. People are showing up at the house, yelling from the sidewalk. Someone threw rocks through our window last night. Marcus is scared to go to school. My business is getting 1-star reviews from people who saw the video. I've had to take down our website. Clients are canceling contracts left and right. Good. Jenna, please. This has gotten completely out of control. This isn't what I wanted. No, Dad. What got out of control was you marrying someone who hates your granddaughter and standing by while she abused her. The video just showed people what you've been allowing for 3 years, what you've been enabling, what you've been pretending wasn't happening. Diane didn't abuse anyone. She made a mistake. She burned Emma's birthday dress and said only her kids deserve nice things. You stood there and watched. That's not a mistake. That's cruelty. She was upset. The dress was already ruined. It could have been washed. She burned it to hurt me, to remind me that Emma will never be as important as Marcus and Bella. I kept my voice steady, and you let her. I didn't let her do anything. You did nothing. That's the same thing. I opened my laptop and showed him the video statistics. 15 million views now. This is what everyone else sees. A woman destroying a baby's birthday gift out of spite while the child's grandfather stands there in silence. His face went pale. My business is failing, Jenna. I've lost 8 clients this week. The church asked me to step down from the council. Our neighbors won't speak to us. Maybe you should have thought about that before you married someone who treats your granddaughter like garbage. Take down the video. No. I'm your father. Then act like Emma's grandfather. He left angry. I didn't care. The video continued spreading. 20 million views. Articles appeared in national publications. Diane's Instagram account, where she posted about her perfect family and amazing step-parenting skills, was flooded with comments linking to the video. She deleted everything and went private. My father's construction business website was bombarded with reviews. Would you hire someone who watches abuse happen and does nothing? And check out what kind of person owns this company. His rating dropped from 4.8 stars to 1.2. Other people started coming forward with their own experiences, emboldened by the video. A former neighbor posted about witnessing Diane's different treatment of the children for years. I saw this pattern constantly. The stepkids would be outside in hand-me-down clothes while her biological children wore designer outfits. Christmas morning, I could see through the window, different piles of gifts, obviously unequal. Someone from their church shared that Diane had bragged about putting Jenna in her place after my mother died. She said the daughter needed to understand she wasn't special anymore, that there was a new family now, and she was just extended family. She laughed about it. A parent from Marcus's school posted that Diane had tried to exclude Emma from a family photo directory. She said only her real grandchildren should be included. When I told her all grandchildren count, she got nasty about it. The narrative built itself through these testimonials. I didn't have to say anything more. The evidence was clear, the pattern documented through multiple witnesses, and the internet had decided its verdict. This wasn't an isolated incident. It was a systematic pattern of cruelty that had been hidden behind closed doors and carefully curated social media posts. 3 weeks after I posted the video, my father called from a number I didn't recognize. Diane and I are separating, he said without preamble. She moved back to her parents' house with the kids. Okay. She blames you. Says you destroyed her life for views. I documented abuse. What happened after that was consequence. My business is dead, Jenna. I'm going to have to sell the house. I've lost everything. No, you lost Mom, and then chose someone who tried to erase her daughter and granddaughter. You lost your integrity when you stood silent. The video just made sure other people saw what I've been living with. Silence on the line. I should have said something, he finally admitted. When Diane threw the dress in the fire, I should have stopped her. You should have said something 3 years ago when she started treating Emma differently. You should have said something at Bella's party when Emma was excluded. You should have said something every single time she was cruel. My voice hardened. One apology doesn't fix 3 years of choosing your wife's ego over your granddaughter's well-being. I want to see Emma. When you've proven you can protect her, not before. I hung up. The video eventually stopped spreading, settling at 23 million views. It became one of those internet moments that defined a conversation about favoritism, blended families, and complicit silence in abuse. Diane never apologized. I heard she moved 3 hours away, deleted all her social media, and changed her name on professional accounts. My father sold the house, downsized to an apartment, and started over with a new business under a different name. I kept the video up. Every time someone told me I'd gone too far, I asked them what they would have done if they watched someone burn their child's birthday gift out of spite. No one had a good answer. Emma turned 2 last month. We celebrated at my apartment with my mother's side of the family, people who actually loved her. No fire pits, no cruel comments. Just a little girl in a store-bought dress, smashing cake with people who thought she deserved nice things. All children deserve nice things. That's what I should have told Diane. But the video said it better than words ever could.